It is Abby's 13th birthday, and she has requested a cake with a lot of fondant. So I have this white, black, and brown fondant I ordered off of Amazon since our Michael's wasn't open due to the pandemic, and I'm making cupcakes also. Abby likes yellow cake mix, and so it's just going to be a basic yellow cake with chocolate buttercream frosting. I'm making the Cupcake Toppers the night before. They are Sloth themed. I got the idea off of Pinterest. This isn't really a tutorial, more just like tips, because it's not my original idea. So rolling out the fondant, so the base is going to be just the brown circles, and then I am going to make eyes, nose, just eyes and nose, and then it was a lot of fun. I only did 12. I was going to do a dozen, or I'm sorry, I was going to do 24, but I ended up only doing a dozen because they took forever, and it's just for Abby to eat later on, so 12 cupcakes is more than enough for her. So basically I make the birthday cake for her party, and then I make the cupcakes for her to eat later on if she doesn't get a chance to eat cake because she's too excited at her birthday. Here I am rolling out the black fondant to make the nose and eyes, and here's the finished product. I have everything stick together with Caro corn syrup, that's why I was showing that, and that is the face for the big cake. I made it the night before, and I just had it on that cake pan so I would make sure it was the proper size. And then so the morning of Abby's birthday, I baked the cupcakes, and I baked the 2 9-inch cakes, and I always do a layer cake. I'm showing my spinning wheel. I got this at Michael's. I love it. It really helps decorating. And then just those Wilton cardboard bases I got at Michael's, like a 12-pack that I've had forever now. And because I really only do 2 fancy cakes a year, one for Haley and one for Abby. Now these are all the ingredients for the buttercream frosting. I do have a separate video if you want to make buttercream frosting, but as it's really just butter, shortening, and powdered sugar, and you always start with your vanilla base, and then you add, if you want to make chocolate, you just add cocoa powder to make it chocolate buttercream icing. So since this is a sloth cake, it is going to be chocolate icing. It needs to be brown icing. I ended up making 1.5 batches because I really used a lot of icing in between the layers and on the cupcakes. As you can see, there's a lot of icing between those layers. I'm showing with a knife how I do cut off the top of the cake to level it out. I do want the cake even, and there I am showing it. So, and then once I do a base layer of just plain brown icing, no special design, you can see like a little butter chunks. I didn't blend the icing enough, but it still tastes really delicious. Anyway, once I iced it, I stuck it in the refrigerator to firm up a little, showing the cupcakes. So on the cupcakes, I just did plain icing, just a quick smear, because then I'm going to put the toppers that I made the night before. This is them in a container, just showing them. Now I'm going to put them on top of the cupcakes, and it actually worked out really well. I might do this more often. They turned out great. Abby absolutely loved them. And so there they are, looking good in their little container. I got that container at Michael's. I get a lot of stuff at Michael's. I can't wait till they open back up in my area. And then for the cake, once the icing firmed up a little, I just mention it because it's May, it's very warm, buttercream icing. I just wanted it to firm up a little. So put the white fondant face down, and now I am going to pipe the design on. And when piping, again, I noticed because I'm holding that bag with my hand, I had to stop a lot and put the bag back in the refrigerator because it would warm up too much from the heat of my body. And so it did take a really long time to ice this cake because I kept having to make the icing cold. Otherwise, it wasn't like holding the hair looking design, the fur looking design, you know what I mean? And so the buttercream just warmed up way too quickly. So
what? Look at me. No, I'm smiling.
And this is Abby enjoying her cake, and we're getting ready to sing happy birthday. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.